Hello, my name is Hae-sung Kim, advisor of Gangnam Labor Law Firm. Today with labor attorney Jung Bong-soo, we will cover a story that was published by the Labor Daily, today's Labor Daily, which is regarding in the construction site. There are many outsourced contractors who are working for a big construction company. And when there's an accident, whether the contractor is considered as the employee or not, that is the key point of this article. So could you explain the story, please?
Okay. Hello. How are you today? This is Bong Soo-jung, Korean labor attorney. Today there is one article regarding some work-related accident that one contractor died due to the some like accident case. He fell down in construction site and he died immediately. Then who is responsible for this the accident case? So usually this contractor, he was not registered for industrial accident compensation insurance. Also, he was kind of a small employer who is assigned with the completing one project like installing some electric items. So many just construction company, they hiring many contractors, so they assigned some particular work to professional some contractor. Then usually contractor who bring their workers and complete certain assigned project. Then based on this project, they receive certain contract fee, like this fee include labor cost or some handling or material cost. So then they receive much more than a normal employee salary. So these contractors usually regarded as individual the employer. So this construction site, there are many such contractors. So when the people had an accident, normally there are the construction company has some the project-based industrial accident compensation insurance. So they provide the insurance package to those workers who had an accident there. So insurance coverage. However, what about this contractor? They hired their workers and provide their project-based service. Then in this case related to the one death case, the contractor who was slipped and fell down from the high the place, and he died immediately. Then the surviving family claimed for industrial accident compensation. Then the government rejected about this case because this contract doesn't belong to employee status. So then they take it to the court, and court finally they agreed this contract, even though he has a business license and provide some the project based as a small employer. However, there are so many such contractors, so he followed the order from the main construction company and complete the project based on their direction and guide. So in such a situation, I think he worked as one of those workers, even though he is contracted. So in that case, some court ruled partly he worked as employee, as partly he worked as an employer, because he managed that area as an employer for that project. So in this case, the main issue was the contractor can belong to employee or not. So in the construction site, there are so many contractors. So there are one insurance who provide as a main construction company have one insurance, so that insurance cover all workers there. So then how is decided is whether the contractor had worked as employee or not. So I think this contract has two characteristics. One is employee, the other one is employer. So, however, in this one, she worked as employee because she had to complete the project under the control of the main the construction company. So he like even though he is a contractor, but still he worked there as employee. So finally, judges conclude this contract belong to employee status.
So you mean this individual contractor, did they work solely for this construction company, or I mean the status of the employee to be considered as employee? Do they need to work for one sole construction company, or even they work for several construction company, they consider as employee?
Yes, this contract has other location to work, but during the particular time he was engaged in this project. So he is a kind of daily worker. So certain period of time he is assigned to the project. So he concentrated and he worked harder to complete the project with his co-workers. So I think she's not exclusive workers working only that part, but during his work, she did his best. She followed the direction from the site employer and also complete that project based on the contract agreement. Yeah. So then court ruled she belonged to this site as an employee, even though she is an employee, she is the individual contractor. Yeah.
I see. So once the court ruled that he's considered as employee, then the construction company has to compensate for his death, and also is he qualified for the National Industrial Accident Insurance benefit?
Yeah, usually, someone was injured or dead, then industrial accident compensation insurance cover all the compensation, including medical, like medical treatment or some subsidizing their like unpaid benefit, also some rehabilitation or some survivor's pension in case of the death cases. So usually compensation by the industrial accident compensation insurance is very limited. So if the patient or the victim employee is young and the responsible for that accident was caused by negligent management of that work site, then the employer is also responsible for additional compensation by civil law calculation. So in this case, usually construction company, they have two insurance. One is industrial accident compensation insurance. So any amount exceeding those coverage by the insurance, like mandatory insurance. So usually they have another insurance in private insurance that is some subsidy compensation, the amount exceeding the legal the compensation by the law. So usually if the employer did not follow the safety measure, then they have to pay additional amount by civil law calculation. Then I'm sure they'll have the construction company have some private insurance coverage. So then I'm sure this employee, if there are more compensation required by this calculation, then this survivor's family is entitled to additional compensation.
I see. So I hope that this kind of before the accident, this individual contractor who are not sure whether they are considered as employee or not should consult with the specialists like Gangnam Labor Law Firm. Do you agree?
Thank you for mentioning. I have handled this kind of the accident death case. So I think if you have any question, I'm willing to support you. Also, I can guide you as your labor attorney, or I can advise you.
I see. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for watching. Okay, bye bye.